Yeah, absolutely. Just a moment ago, the bells stopped ringing here in the Capitol, which means the Senate is actually still voting on the floor. The House is just over there, and actually, people are still watching what's happening on the floor chambers there because they're curious about what exactly gets through before that deadline on Thursday. Now, the deadline for any bill to get out of their chamber of origin is this Thursday, and today a few passed, but those took a lot of time. One of those includes a bill about cities and homeless shelters. Republican Senator Lisa Standridge's bill about that would require new homeless shelters to be built away from schools about 3,000 feet in any city other than OKC or Tulsa. Now, there was a ton of pushback against this bill from both Democrats and Republicans, but it did pass and moves over to the House. Now, on the House floor, several bills are being discussed regarding social media platforms and children. A bill which is still waiting its turn tonight in the House, would require the State Department of Education to develop programs to teach children about online safety when it comes to those platforms. Now, this has been a trend within there because they've had several discussions, not only in committee, but even on the House floor this week, where they passed a bill that would restrict children under 16 years old from being on those platforms. Now, there was pushback against this bill and the lawmaker about the state's involvement in parental roles.
I think our parents should have the biggest say into that, but the state has a compelling interest in protecting our kids. We've shown that. Again, it's what we do when it comes to things like alcohol, tobacco, gambling. One of the things that those things have in common with social media is they're addictive.
Now, there are several bills still on the agenda, including here in the Senate, where they'll be talking about sports betting. Now, lawmakers could be here for several more hours as they have many bills to get to before that deadline. At the Capitol, Dakota Wapakichi, KOCO 5 News.